Hi, Miss Amy. I'm Khadija Al-Aswad in class 9-4, and my topic is about teen suicide. Next slide. So, an explanation and definition of my topic. Teen suicide is when a teen causes his or her own death on purpose. Before attempting to take his or her own life, a teen may have thoughts of wanting to die. That's when a teen is focused on doing things that causes his or her own death. Some suicides are impulsive, acts due to stress, such as from relationship problems, such as breakups, or bullying. My literary source. So the title is Romeo and Juliet. Author is William Shakespeare. The passage I'm going to be using is pages 224 to 228. The context of my passage explains right before Juliet sipped the poison. And the picture is a title of my literary source. Next slide. Next slide. Oh, and this is also a title of the book. My non-literary source is a, is a document called "I Love You Now Die." The author is called Charles Bramisco. I'm using the whole document. The contact of your source, or when two people are in a relationship and the girlfriend forces the boyfriend to commit suicide because people could feel bad for her. And as you can see, these are pictures of the girl. My quote one literary source. Farewell, God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faith cold fear thrills through my veins. 224 page. This quote shows my global issue because Juliet's motive was to poison herself, not knowing whether she'll wake up or not. And she took a sip from that poison, thinking that she is going to live happily ever after with Romeo. But unfortunately, that did not happen. Fear can't be cold, therefore, this quote demonstrates personification. Quote 2, my literary source, that almost freezes up the heat of life. I'll call them back again to comfort me. Nurse, what should she do here? Also, page 224. This quote illustrates my global issue because Juliet wanted to poison herself. She also wanted to poison herself because she did not want to marry Paris, and she felt that she would live in vain if she married him. The quote demonstrates personification because life does not heat. And of course, these are two pictures that show teen suicide in my literary source Romeo and Juliet. Quote 3, literary source. Oh, happy dagger, this is thy sheath, their rust, and let me die. Act 5, Scene 3. This quote demonstrates my topic, teenage suicide, because Juliet used Romeo's dagger to kill herself after she found out that he killed himself. Juliet said happy dagger because it reunites her with her love. Therefore, it is an illusion and it also shows irony. And this quote also shows oxymoron because happy and dagger are not words that usually go well together and they contradict themselves. And of course, these two pictures come from the my literary source Romeo and Juliet that shows both Romeo and Juliet have committed suicide. So now we're moving on to our non-literary source, which is my document I Love You Now Die. So my quote is a Massachusetts teen accused of hounding her boyfriend to a tragic suicide. So this teen had a boyfriend and she basically forced him to commit suicide because people could feel bad for her. So obviously she is an attention seeker and she is not okay. The quote shows the global issue, teen suicide, because she forced her boyfriend to commit suicide. This quote indicates an idiom because it is a fact that she did. She was accused of hounding her boyfriend to suicide. Next slide. Quote 2, my non literary source as well. My quote is Carter began sending increasingly disturbing sentiments to Roy, eventually building up to extortions for him to take his own life. Cited my sources. This quote confirms teen suicide because the girlfriend made him so uncomfortable he actually committed suicide. The quote determines diction because the tone and word choice makes the reader disturbed by using increasingly. As you can see, these are two pictures on your right. This is the picture of the boy that committed suicide, and this is his girlfriend that forced him. Quote 3, my non literary source as well. So my quote is when a distraught Roy sealed himself in his exhaust-filled car and stumbled out after having second thoughts, it was Carter that encouraged and commanded some alleged him to get back inside. As you can see, she is basically insisting him to commit suicide, and that is straight up cruelty and shows she's mentally unstable. Instead of the writer using forced, he uses the word encouraged. Consequently, this quote is an example of euphemism. I'm sorry. So euphemism is when they use is when they use a good word for a bad word. Like they could have used force instead of encouraged, but they used a good word to contradict the bad word. And as you can see there, this is their texts on your right hand side where she is basically forcing him to commit suicide. And on the left side, she is crying because she knows she is going to get the consequence she deserves. So, my conclusion in conclusion, teen suicide is when a teen causes his or her own death on purpose. It is shown in both my non literary source and my literary source, teen suicide. In my literary source, it is shown because both main characters kill themselves. In my non literary source, it is shown because the girlfriend in a relationship forced her boyfriend to commit suicide and eventually he did. My bibliography, and as you can see, I cited them exactly as you asked, except for the pictures because they didn't have a title. Thank you so much, Miss Amy. I love this project. Bye.